So this kind of politics comes in play as well, where it's a bit identity, a bit single issue politics. So can one truly be likable? Because you're going to piss off another party by taking a stand on one.
Yeah, that activist was almost pre-cancelled, right? That was so bizarre.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. I here when we're talking about likability, I want to draw the difference between being popular and being likable, right? And I think that sometimes that's conflated. I think it is possible for someone to like you even if they disagree with you, right? And I think that that's really difficult but very important for lots of people, leaders, but especially politicians, to be able to achieve. Because what we don't want is someone being likable by agreeing with everything that everyone else is saying, right? Like, I like you because you agree with me, or I like that guy because he agrees with me. You're never going to be able to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And I think in the end, when you are in political leadership, you need to have a spine and you need to be able to say, this is what I think is right and this is what I think is wrong, whether you agree with me or not. I think the key difference is whether you're coming across as being authentic. And also, I think the motivations that people ascribe to why you're saying something, right? So on the one hand, if you are authentic about who you are, what you believe, and you're consistent, I think even people who disagree with you can at least have a grudging respect for that. Okay, he's consistent, she's consistent. Even if I disagree with her, you kind of know what you're getting. The second thing, I think, is the motivations, right? So that's where people are wondering why you're saying what you're saying. Is it self-serving, or are you saying it perhaps at cost to yourself, but for the good of society, the good of the party you represent, the good of the team that you're on? And I think when people see that you're willing to say something unpopular, take a hit for whoever you're representing, even if they disagree with you, again, there can at least be grudging respect for that. So for example, you know, there are some ministers who have taken very unpopular issues and they've been the ones to represent the issue in Parliament, to talk about it. And I think rather than seeing their approval ratings go down, these are some of the ministers who do very well in their GRCs, right, when they go to the polls. And I think it's because people can respect the fact that you're going there, you're talking about something that is going to make you a target and is going to make people unhappy, but you're doing what you believe is right, perhaps at a cost to yourself, rather than trying to aggrandize yourself or trying to make people feel sorry for you or trying to make yourself popular.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, an important distinction. And while I think people enjoy the concept of voting for someone who is popular with them, I think in the long term, we all prefer someone who we can respect,
Right.
Who is authentic, and we like them for that reason, rather than them simply agreeing with us. Because, you know, if the voting patterns change and they need to appease a different group, they'll start disagreeing with us and agreeing with them.
But I guess in a more contestable political world, right, as we have right now here in Singapore, you know, the political hit also then comes at a cost, a huge cost to the politician as well. And then I suppose there's less likelihood then to do things that might jeopardize that political position as well. So again, it's the, you know, the very thin line or fine line between what's likable, what's right, and what's wrong, right? So there's always a trade-off, I suppose.
So you end up as the transport minister and you're universally hated by everyone, which is potentially the hottest seat in Singapore politics.
Yes, indeed.
But before we move too far from this topic, this notion of likability versus competency/integrity, I wonder whether the dichotomy that we used to see, you know, under of course founding Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, it used to be quite a clear cut. Maybe he never said it explicitly, but it used to be, you don't have to like me, but you should respect me. And if you respect me and you believe in what I can do for you and you vote for me, I will. So that was a social compact. And now, as Sheila was saying, it's trending towards, you know, you have to be a real politician, right? You have to be charismatic, you have to speak well, you have to say the right things, do the right things, not have done anything on social media before that people can drag up as a meme and stuff like that.
Virtually impossible.
But
Well, going forward, I think.
yeah,
virtually
going forward,
impossible.
yeah. But, you know, does that then mean that we will forever face this dichotomy, or is there a way to, you know, we always kind of hope, right, for someone who is competent and of wonderful integrity and at the same time likable and friendly and appeals to the uncle, auntie, but the younger generation as well. And at the same time, find someone like that who's willing to step forward and sacrifice whatever it takes to become a politician, the scrutiny, the exposure, the you know, being kind of blamed when everything goes wrong and not necessarily being appreciated when things go right. And at the same time, entering a more contested political environment. Are we almost asking for too much in that sense? You know, well, already today, now you ask me to name some people like that. not easy, and in years to come, when people see how challenging it is, potentially might be even less and less people willing to step forward.